desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven and this could be hell. And she lit up a candle and she showed me the way.
What?
Miss Laura, tell me what you think about this graveyard.
It's pretty cool.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing lots of brick used. There's a lot of children, which is sad, and some prominent businessmen. You see here's that Savannah right here. Where's the ladies though?
Me and Miss Laura are antiquing right now.
It's like 2 bars.
So me and Laura just spent $145 on this hotel. We watched a guy rear-end somebody else near the valet parking. We got scammed out of $66
I did that.
because of a faulty hotel booking agency. So I said, screw it, we'll ball out. We'll have the fancy hotel for the night. All they had was double beds. So we're looking at double beds for the evening. But we're balling out. We're near Orlando. We got, can't really see it anymore because of the glare, but dope view. We're on the 9th floor. And this is the room for the night. Let's check the bathroom.
Oh yeah. Very we're working with.
There's a toilet, big counter.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen better bathtubs, but she's not bad. So yeah, that's our room. Oh, and it connects to the neighbors. Oh, that's cool.
There you go.
This one's for everyone in Blood Shack.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Water park. We're leaving Orlando. Huh.
Yes.
Hello, handsome. Do you accept compliments?
So I just want to give a shout
Oh
out
no.
to Miss Laura, who's cozied up in this chair because she just spent 10 hours with my grandparents listening to family stories. We're out here watching that good moon, sitting on the lanai, having a little bit of a good time. And tomorrow we're gonna go see her aunt. Where are we?
We're at the Manatee Park.
We're about to go see some manatees. That right there is a southern live oak. Look at this creepy bastard.
That's a manatee.
Dressed like a pirate.
Look at that son of a bitch.
Now allegedly there's manatees in there, we'll see.
Drunk off Chardonnay? Well, I did.
It would be so nice. You can turn this world around.
Is that the pool down there?
I think so.
That's the pool.
Dang.
That thing is a big ass barge.
Big honker.
That's me. Nasty poops and blue hair. It's about the crux of this trip. There she is. There she is.
Can I help you?
It's Miss Laura. Let's turn that light back on so we can see her. There she is. Wow. I'm trying to get some last minute footage for this video I'm shooting.
Like that?
Oh my god.
Pretty nice.
It is pretty nice. Miss Laura.
What?
I'm trying to show them her room now. Okay, so here we go. Bunch of free water bottles we got. Miss Laura's water bottle. Bottle of wine that I crushed. Where's the cup for it? See how much is left. I drank most of it. Miss Laura might have drank some. Oh my goodness. There's a little bit left. So I'll be drinking that. There's Miss Laura again. Wow. Alright, let's just take a moment.
Oh goodness.
Just take a moment. Wow. Beautiful. As always. Can't beat it.
Look at the jewel.
There it is. Shout out to Jewel. Jewel made this trip happen. There's my Jewel rig. There it is. And there's the beautiful Savannah skyline. At fucking 11 o'clock at night. What do you know about that? I don't know shit about it because I'm evidently never been here other than this trip. There she is. There's Miss Laura. The one who made all this possible.
Oh, that was you.
I mean, it's both of us.
Amen, brother.
And then there's this shitty hotel artwork. Where I'm sure it's the same in every other room. There's the TV that we opted not to watch because, you know, we're on vacation. Fuck TV. Fuck all of it. Fuck TV, right?
Amen, brother.
There's our bags. There's the fridge. There's the White Claw that we absolutely crushed. And there's the coffee machine that we're gonna fucking use the shit out of in the morning. So last night, me and Miss Laura decided to order room service breakfast. We got coffee, Miss Laura got her pancakes, a couple chocolates. We got the country style eggs, bacon, and toast. Oh yeah, it's all here. It's also 6:58 in the morning.
Pretty early.
Yeah, bone apple tea.
All right, Mr. Christian, we're going out of Savannah right now.
We are. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, did you get a lot of sleep last night?
No,
Why is that?
because I was drunk and you let me keep talking.
You had a lot to say.
Yep, I did.
Oh, look at that sun.
Getting that water where?
Oh, yeah. It's
matter until you're all alone in the middle of Arkansas with a little rock left in that glass dick. You used to date a blonde. You used to hit it raw, cause she was and you are madly involved, madly involved. Hitting stones in glass homes. You're smoking stones in abandoned homes. You hit them stones and broke your home. Crack, rock, crack, rock. Crack, rock, crack, rock. Hitting stones in glass homes. You're smoking stones in abandoned homes. You're hitting stones and broke your home. Ooh, ooh. Crack, rock, crack, rock. Crack, rock, crack, rock.
vacation review, and we're currently in the throes of South Carolina.
Yeah, God help us.
It sucks. And would have done this review a bit earlier, but I had to poop and pee and fart, so we just left a rest stop. And I'm gonna start this talk by saying that there's been a lot of poop jokes on this trip, much to Miss Laura's pleasure.
That's been a highlight for me.
Miss Laura, what was the meme of the week? Could you recite it for us?
All right. Let's see. 1 week, she loves me. The next week, she hates me. Both weeks, I shat in bed.
Thank you. All right, film the road. I look ugly
No,
today.
you don't. You always look handsome.
All right, so I guess we're gonna start by breaking the trip down day by day and what happened. So day one, I woke up fucking exhausted and didn't want to drive, so we drove to Philly, and Philly kind of sucked.
Yeah, we went straight to the drug den.
Yeah, we went to Kensington and Fishtown. It was god awful. The most decrepit, awful place in the world. Not really, but it was bad.
Yeah, like Mass Ave on steroids.
And then we got in the car and we drove to the hotel, which wasn't great.
No, it wasn't.
It was the same price point as the rest of the hotels on the trip, but it just wasn't good. It was in the middle of nowhere, like 20 minutes outside the city. And then as night rolled around, we drove into the city and had a good time and hung out there for a bit, but it was cold and
exhausting, and it was a lot to go through the rough parts to start our road trip. We woke up pretty early the next day, and it was cold, but we hit the road, and we ended up moving on. Did we get lunch on the road that day?
I don't think so.
We just drove down through to Savannah.
Yeah, we drove through Baltimore and Richmond and a couple places.
Yeah, it was a long haul, but we got through the Carolinas, which, as you can see right now, fucking sucks.
Shit, nothing out here.
Great trees, it's beautiful, but this for like 300 miles, no thanks.
Yeah. And so we had a really good time in Savannah.
Oh yeah.
We walked around that night, got pizza at this cool bar with all the punk-looking locals.
It was so good. It was pesto pizza, and I was so hungry, and my blood sugar was so low, as it often does, that I could barely like walk into the restaurant. But we got there, and the pizza was worth it. We ended up like schlepping this pizza around with us for most of the week.
Yeah, I think we got rid of the pizza last night.
We
but
did.
It was there for 4 or 5 days.
It served us well.
Did. But yeah, that night we got dinner and kind of walked around a bit. And the next morning we really walked around and took in all the beautiful sights. Lots of green space and gardens and historical buildings. And it was really beautiful.
It was so beautiful, and that was a surprise, I think, to both of us. But yeah, it was nice to spend some time there. They have really well-preserved, historic lots and beautiful greenery in the city. It's just so much quieter than most cities that we've been in, especially compared to Boston. It was just super nice. We walked down the waterfront. We walked along the neighborhoods, all the squares, through like a cemetery, past all these monuments and houses, and it was great.
Yeah, and then around 11 we headed out, went down to Florida. We swung by Palm Coast, which was a beautiful beach. Cost us $2 to get in. And but the Arctic winds were coming down and killing the north, but they went all the way down to Florida, so when we were on the beach it was really windy and chilly, so we were out there in our jackets.
Yeah.
So it wasn't ideal, but it was nice.
But Christian found these sunglasses that fell out of a rich family's like Chevy Escalade or something fancy. They're really nice, so there's that. It's still beautiful out there.
Yeah.
But I definitely like to go back when it's less cold.
And after that, we drove on down to Orlando, which was awful traffic. And we had an issue with the hotel where Laura booked our hotel through what we believe to be a scam site.
Yeah.
A MoMA.
Yeah.
So avoid that. And we ended up staying at the Hilton, and it was really nice. And we saw a guy get angry and back up into a Jeep behind him at the valet parking.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently the Jeep, he looked and he just wasn't there.
I looked, you just weren't there.
But he was. Yeah, we had a good time there. It was stressful. Laura convinced me to go to Golden Corral because it would be cheaper than the fine Japanese dining right next door. We get into Golden Corral and it's $20 a person.
I was so wrong. But Christian's never been to Golden Corral before.
And after being a vegetarian for pretty close to 2 years, I ate popcorn shrimp. And that spiraled. And I ended up eating meat all week.
Yeah.
Bacon, pork pate at a French restaurant, a fish steak burger.
It was crazy. I've never seen him eat meat.
Yeah, so there was a lot of that, but we'll get to it. But the next day we woke up, left Orlando at 8:30, got stuck in god-awful traffic, and we drove on down to Bokeelia, where I didn't tell them too far in advance. I told them the night before, so they were surprised but pleasantly happy. And they both had the day off, so we all got to hang out. And Miss Laura got to experience firsthand some of my grandfather's humor.
He's a really funny guy, and it makes a lot of sense how Christian is now.
Yeah, and his long-winded tales.
Yeah, but I loved it. That was the highlight for me, was seeing family, especially getting to meet Christian's family.
Yeah, but they just showed us around the island, and we hung out on their porch for a bit, shared some stories, drank a bit, called it a night, headed out in the morning. I got Miss Laura to see a lizard.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was fun. And then the next morning we woke up and we headed out to Sarasota. And before we got to Sarasota, Miss Laura, why don't you tell us about where we went?
Before we went to Sarasota. So from Bokeelia, oh my goodness, how could I forget? We went to the Manatee Park, and it was super exciting. And it's by these power plants that, the water heats up and they like the warm water. And there's these little buggers, and they're pretty big, but there's this little audio that they hooked up underwater that you could hear them like chirping and click into each other. And we learned that manatees have toenails.
Which is nasty.
It is a little nasty. They have prehensile lips, kind of like an elephant's trunk, their closest relative, and they would always like breathe up air and snort. But it was cute. I've never seen manatees in person before. There was a little baby and a big honker, and some really nice sort of wetlands in the area. Mangroves, those spooky rooted trees. It was great. And then we went to Sarasota to see my aunt and uncle, which I've never been there before. They live in a fucking like gated community, like that no kid money. But they were really happy to see us. And I've never been down there to their house before, but they have a golfing community. Like all the houses are around like holes, and my aunt and uncle had a nice little pool in the back, like a little sort of like a fancy Grecian bath.
Roman bathhouse.
Yeah, there you go, Roman bathhouse. I got to see Jack. Christian got to meet Jack, which is my little cousin, aka their Havanese dog that's 7 years old.
Is that a Havanese?
Is that a Havanese? Yeah.
Looks like a teddy bear.
We went walking with them when they were showing us the sights after we got some good French food, and Christian ate his pork pate, and everyone was stopping to talk to Jack, the dog. And there was another Havanese, Luna, and the mom of Luna was fucking batshit for Havanese, so they talked a while about it. But we were along the waterfront in Sarasota, and it was beautiful. There's a lot of development there in condos, pretty different feel, tons of strip malls, which they actually said had some pretty like luxury places and good places to eat, unlike in New England where a lot of strip malls are. But it was nice, and we hung out, we talked, we had dinner at the club, which was great. I got pretty drunk off Chardonnay, because I do that off very minimal amounts of alcohol. And Christian got the mahi-mahi like sandwich, like fish steak.
Yeah, it was good. And with our family, we noticed that we did the same thing 2 days in a row with our family, just in different places.
Oh yeah.
And it was pretty much us rolling in around noon, them taking us out, driving around the area, showing us around, going back, resting before dinner, getting dinner, having a few drinks and sitting outside, going to bed, getting introduced to all their really old friends because they're so happy that someone came down to visit them.
Yeah.
And in the morning, bacon, eggs, and toast. And then we were on the way out the door by 9 each time.
I think one of my favorite parts though was when Christian's grandpa B was telling stories on the Lanai area they have. He was talking about that old dog Bunny
and it had rained that morning. There was bad thunderstorms all morning, and we left the house right when it cleared up, and we got to the beach and there was pretty much no one there. So it was really nice because we got to walk and put our feet in the sand and walk in the water and collect a few shells and, you know, just walk down the coast and talk, be on the beach for a bit, have it actually be comfortable. So that was nice. And then we had to stop and get kitschy little souvenirs for everyone Laura knows.
Yeah, I feel like Christian picked out the best souvenirs for people, though.
Yeah, I picked them all out. And then we drove to Savannah because we loved it so much on the way down that we wanted to have one last night there before we went back up. And we decided to stay with Hilton again. And it was really nice. You walk in, there's like this piano that's playing, and it's playing by itself, and you know, it's really cool, nice ambiance. There's like a fireplace and stuff. We were on the 5th floor, reserved for honors members, which I am.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it was nice. Had a good view of the Savannah skyline. And we went out. We went to the social club. Had some nachos that were good, but they were too soggy.
Yeah.
We just walked around and saw some of the Savannah nightlife. A lot of live music. You know, lots of really cool shops and lights. And it's just a cool place to be. We picked up some more souvenirs. I got Katie a shot glass with big breasts that says it's from Savannah, Georgia, so hopefully she enjoys that. Laura got some stuff for her parents. And then I got drunk, and Miss Laura just let me talk for hours.
You got a lot to talk about.
And now I'm exhausted because I didn't sleep. But Miss Laura thought it'd be a good idea for us to get room service breakfast in bed.
Oh, so nice.
Ended up being $30, but she got some pancakes and I got some eggs and toast and bacon. And hers was supposed to come with a berry confit, and mine was supposed to come with potatoes, and it didn't.
Yeah.
But, you know, take what we can get. And now I'm exhausted, and we got, from the point we left Savannah, we had 15 hours of driving. So at 9 a.m., our arrival time at home was going to be damn near close to midnight. And it's 10:30 now, and I don't think we've made much progress because I keep having to stop to poop and pee and fart. And that's where we're at.
Yeah, and all I want to do is go back to Christian's room and lay in bed and cuddle and watch TV. But we can't.
Yeah, so we'll see how far we get today. The goal is to get home, but I don't know if I'll make it. But we're going to play it by ear.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a good trip. It was the farthest south Laura has ever been.
I know. It's the farthest south I've ever been. It's been great. And
It was her first road trip as well.
right. I've been navigating. Christian's been a trooper driving.
Yeah, Miss Laura's learning how to be a good navigator. She's still got a long way to go, but this was a good first test.
I did okay.
She got us turned around a few times, but what can you do?
I'm not perfect.
What do you think, Miss Laura? Is there any jokes, anything we ought to mention?
Ooh, well, one thing I'm thinking about is the people playing bananagrams.
Oh, yeah.
We were in Savannah last night and we were walking around. We see this like bunch of people out yelling, and I literally thought they were like jumping someone, but I was kind of scared to move closer, but we did, and it's just a bunch of like young folks, like around our age really, and they're playing fucking bananagrams like outside, you know, with like cardboard tiles, and this girl yells banana, and it was really funny. And I was telling Christian you wouldn't see people in Boston ever working that well together to do something fun, so it was cool.
And we were were debating hard for about the whole time on whether or not we wanted to go to Gatorland.
Oh
I
yeah.
really wanted to see a gator on this trip. And it's a shame because I think I only saw one on the highway, and it was so fast that I don't even know if it was actually a gator. But allegedly there's gators all over Laura's aunt's
Oh yeah.
community, but we didn't see one there either. So all we saw was lizards and manatees.
Yeah, which is still nice, but yeah, not my grandpa, my uncle Bob was always like, well, you can go out into the ponds and you'll find some gators.
Yeah.
They like to crawl in between the water hazards at night.